how do you just continue going? Like, do you have you always been super hardworking, passionate, head down, get the work done? Or is this something like as you've formulated a team around you and you continue pushing forward, you get excited every year because it keeps on getting bigger, or, dips and of course, COVID and stuff too, is like, the different challenges. How do you keep going after 23 years? Is it even a thought to you?
Yes and no, you just do. I think for me, I think the first couple of years of the festival, we were so like the underdogs that when you go through stuff like that, you feel like you don't get bitter about it. You just keep going. And you're like, okay, well, I'm going to take these learnings. I think before imposter syndrome, and I don't like the word imposter syndrome, but before that came out, that word into the lexicon, like for me, yes, I felt like, do I belong here? Like I came from the PJs. Now I'm doing film. Now I'm doing this festival. Like it's a big secret. Like, and then when I told Paris, like I said, Paris, this is really gonna happen. And my mother never found out till she saw it on TV. Wow. And by then it was like too late. Like she was like, what's going on? So I think when you go through that struggle, you come up with you leave from struggle with armor. And you can either leave with armor or bitterness, right? And so for me, I got a lot of no's. I got a lot of what the F's you're doing. I got a lot of people who are just gatekeeping on me. I got, even from my own culture, a lot of criticism or like just doubt and people wanting the festival, whatever, to be what they wanted it to be. I've been through all of that. And I think that for me, you just get, again, you can make your choice. But I chose to just get stronger at it and just know that this is my vision, and y'all could, everyone else, you can, participate in it or not. I encourage everyone to do your own thing too.
Sure.
So it's like, instead of coming at me or whatever at the time, then go do your own thing. I did. So go do it.
Yeah.
And so but it took me a minute to think in that way and to speak up in that way. And I was young, and I was really sensitive. And there was times I would just break down and cry, like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? You don't get rich off of this.
Yeah.
Like, and then I would just doubt myself. And there was a moment where, well, God put me here for this. Like, I prayed on it. I really thought about it. Like, I prayed for this festival. And now it happens. So now what do you do with it? And I just go. I just remember nights, where I really was dreaming about this thing. And it was not in my life plan. I was going to school. I was doing other things. I was trying to be a filmmaker.
Oh, yeah.
Like I never went to school for this. I never went to school to how to run a business. And then before you know it, at 20 and some change, you're like, okay, I got to run a business. Like, what am I doing? I got to incorporate this thing. I got companies I got to answer to. Yeah. I got to speak publicly. I got to become this character that I've been hawking everyone up. I'm this executive director. Well, now you got to freaking go and executive direct. Now you got to run this thing.
Yeah, because I've only known you as this version. Yeah. So like, and it just makes complete sense. I'm like, oh yeah, this is what Calixto does. And like, he's been thriving in this. But even hearing the story of like, some of the times where, it gets really tough. And that's what I love about those tough moments. And once you have a certain amount of those tough moments and you get through them, they don't seem as big when something like that happens later on. It's like, oh, that's, it was like a huge hole to jump over before, but now it's like a little divot.
But to this day, I'm thankful for every room that I walk in.
Yeah.
To this day, because nothing is promised. You still have doors you want to walk through, whether it's Netflix or another brand or whatever.
Yeah. And things are changing in the business and stuff too.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm not far from that other person that can't get in. Like, I'm not far from it.
Yeah.
And so for me, it's like, I thank God for every room I'm able to walk in through. And like, if I can talk 5 minutes with you and tell you what we're doing, then I'm thankful for that, because none of that is promised. Success isn't promised, and none of that is promised, right? And so for me, moving in that keeps you humble in check.
Yeah.